Good morning. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Monday, the 9th of March 2026. So let's have a quick look at the synoptic. We'll go back to lunchtime yesterday, and there's a situation with a bit of high pressure lingering around, a weak warm front to the north of us, and we had a bit of a foggy day yesterday. It didn't really lift at all. Going through 6 o'clock last night, midnight, you can see there's still very little change there. 6 o'clock this morning, now this week cold front's starting to come into play. But we're still in that same sector. And even for lunchtime today, we're still in the same sector of weather. Still isobars well spread apart, so very little wind. And we've still got the fog outside, and it's going to be a while before that's going to move anywhere. If we have a look at midnight tonight, you can see those weak cold fronts are starting to move through. And by lunchtime tomorrow, we've now got an occlusion heading our way, but at least there might be a slight change of air mass there. We might see a bit more sort of blue sky tomorrow and the sun getting to the ground. At this moment in time, the sat pic is showing a fair bit of cloud cover with a fair bit still to come. Rain radar showing occasional shower around. It's quite difficult to tell exactly what's causing the showers, but there's a weak front there and there's a lot of moisture in there. Here's a new chart for you from the new Met Office Mavis system. This is cloud base. We're starting Monday at 8 o'clock this morning, and the key here is below 1,000 feet for this sort of dark red type colour. If we run that through hour on hour, you can see that it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon before we get anything really going in the area here. We're still below 1,000 foot cloud base there. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we're starting to see cloud base maybe getting up above 1,000 feet. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, still 1,000 foot cloud base. And it's not really convincing that we're going to get much more than a 1,000 to 2,000 foot cloud base. The visibility is going to be quite poor. If we look at the surface visibility and put the key on for the map and take that back to 8 o'clock this morning and run it through from there, you can see it's down at about less than 200 meters. And as the day progresses, that very, very slowly starts to get up to about 2 kilometers by about 9, 10 o'clock. But then stays there for a fair bit of the day. And it's really only once we get up to this early afternoon that we start seeing it get up to maybe 5, 6, 7 kilometers viz. The TAF from Odium, just updated, that was issued 15 minutes ago. They're forecasting 120 degrees 4 knots, 100 meters in fog, overcast at 100 feet, becoming between 8 and 11 this morning, greater than 10k visibility with no significant weather. Broken at 400 feet and then becoming between 11 and 2 o'clock this afternoon, broken at 2,000 feet with a 30% chance at between 11 and 6 o'clock. Viz down to 7 kilometers in mist, and temporarily between 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock scattered at 1,000 feet. We're looking here at Southampton Airport, because that's kind of upwind of us to start with. And certainly by the end of the day, it's going to be upwind of us. They're forecasting 120 degrees 5 knots, 3 kilometers visibility in mist, broken at 600 feet, with a probability of 40% temporarily between 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock this morning. Visibility 300 meters in fog, broken at the surface, becoming from 10 o'clock through till 1 o'clock. 180 degrees, 10 knots, greater than 10k viz, no significant weather, scattered at 1,500 feet. Then temporarily between 1 and 3 this afternoon, 8 kilometres with cloud base broken at about 900 feet. The form 214 for 1,000 foot winds, or spot winds, 1,000 foot to the north of us, 170 degrees, 10 knots. To the south of us, 180 degrees, 15 knots at 1,000 feet. Windy is showing initially, if we go back to 9 o'clock this morning, initially a sort of southeasterly flow for runway 23. And towards the end of the afternoon, this is 4 o'clock, it's southwesterly flow at about 6 knots. Local Met Office forecast shows exactly that, with the wind tiers southeasterly, southeasterly 5 to 6 knots, southwesterly about 8 knots towards the end of the afternoon. They're also showing fog and mist up until about 10 o'clock with overcast, and then with the sun breaking through around about 1 o'clock for the rest of the afternoon. Temperatures today up to about 12 centigrade maximum. And if we have a look at GFS, they're saying about 10 to 11 degrees in this area, with the dew point down around about 9. And locally here at Lasham, at this moment in time, we have 6 degrees and 5 degrees for the temperature and dew point. This was at 7:45 this morning, or 20 to 8 this morning. Visibility, let's just refresh that and see if there's been any change. Very little change there, as I would expect from the forecast. Sky side is showing low-level cloud, mist and fog up until about lunchtime, with a little chance of sort of cumulus and breaking up in the afternoon. But again, cloud base isn't all that high. Top meteo, this is at 9 o'clock this morning for cloud cover. And if we run that throughout the day, this is 10 o'clock, it's showing it down at below 1,000 feet. And if we run that through, it kind of stays there for much of the day. And they don't show any breaks in the cloud in the afternoon, so there is a contrast in the different forecasts that we've got there. NOTAM-wise, we're not going to be going cross-country today, so there's nothing close to Lasham that's of any significance. If we move on then to the local airfield briefing, we shall start with the usual Glider bookings. There's a couple of K21s on booked flying. There's K13 on casual list, K13 on trial lessons. There is single seat availability. There's one person on the casual list, and if we do go out and fly, we'll need an instructor. And of course, the simulator is available as per usual. 2XL movements, there's nothing to report there. Airfield ops, general situation is that there's a rigid high pressure with a cold front to the west, gentle southerly flow, low cloud, mist to start. If we do go out, as I say, we'll start on runway 23, normal ops, cables on the southeast side, boom. If it's later on in the day, then we may well be on runway 16. So we'll take that as we find it when we go out and have a look. So please be ready when the cable or tug arrives, and do not land or taxi aircraft on the disused runways shown in red on the next slide. And of course, please clean your gliders at the end of the day. So here's the initial setup. Wind from the southeast, runway 23, winching off the eastern side, aerotoing off the western side, and of course doing left-hand and right-hand circuits to land on 16 grass, east and west. That's it from me today. I shall see you in the clubhouse shortly. We can keep an eye on the weather throughout the morning and make a decision as the weather improves.